everyone, welcome to iCanHazDraw. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to draw a cute cartoon hula girl. First, draw the head by drawing a circle at the top of your paper. Next, you're going to draw a gesture line. Looks like a curve, just like this. This is going to be the center line for the hula girl's body. Next, I'm drawing the hip bones and the shoulders. And now I'm going to draw in the arms. I'm just marking little circles for where the joints go and then making little mitt shapes for the hands. If you feel like you need to go back and fix the position of the arms or the joints, this is a good time to do that because it gets harder once you get further into the drawing. It's best to start drawing the human figure with just sticks and circles, really basic shapes. So it's a pretty good pose going on. Now I'm going to start filling in her body, starting from the neck and working my way down. This hula girl is going to be Polynesian, and if you ever look at the original hula dancers, the Polynesians, their body build is very solid. Like if you ever watched Lilo and Stitch, you'll notice that all the characters, they're not these super skinny people. They're very rounded. And so that's how I want this hula girl to look. I want her to look like she's a genuine Polynesian lady. And give her some nice round hips. Nice round thighs. They don't need to be exaggerated a whole lot unless you really want to. And she's also kind of short as well. You know, she's not super tall looking. I want her to look very curvy and soft. So I'm not doing very harsh lines outlining her form. Now I'm going to draw in her face, doing the vertical and the horizontal lines. Her face is at a 3/4 angle, and I'm drawing her eyes. They're going to be rather large since she's a cartoon, and I want to keep it simple. So the bottom of her eyes are resting on that horizontal line there. And she's a happy hula dancer, which is really cool. It's one of the allures, I think, of the hula dancers, is they're always smiling. I want to start drawing in her hair. Whenever drawing hair, remember, treat it like it's a single form. It's, instead of trying to draw it like a bunch of single strands of hair, treat it like a solid shape. And because she's waving about, her hair is also going to move a bit to help accentuate that motion. For the hula skirt, just draw a bell shape around the hips and the upper portion of the legs. And there's many different decorations that are adornments that hula dancers wear. I've decided for this particular one, she's going to wear the leaves around her ankles and her wrists and on the crown of her head. But first I'm just marking it out as big, like big bracelets or a big hat. Marking out the simplest form, and then I'll go and break it down with the actual leaf shapes later. This is to make sure I have everything positioned where I want it before I get committed to the tiny details. Now I'm going to draw in her thumb and her hand. I'm just doing a couple of lines for the fingers. It looks doesn't look too realistic. You know, cartoons usually just have 4 fingers, so don't worry too much about that, about getting the right number of fingers. Around her waist, she's going to have flowers. Looks kind of like little fluffy clouds around her hips. And now I'm going to start breaking up the hula skirt to make it look grassy. I usually like to start by almost like you have a pair of scissors and you're cutting little triangles at the bottom, and try to make them a little bit irregular. They don't need to be even. And then you can add a few lines as well to show the texture of the skirt. Now I'm going back up to the top of the hula girl and drawing in the leaves for her crown. I don't know what the official word would be for the adornments that hula dancers wear, so I'm just going with crown. And I'm doing the same thing for the leaves on her wrists, and I'm going in and working on her hand as well, just finessing the lines here and there. I like to stop for a minute and look back, see what could be corrected, what would look a little better as the drawing comes together. And now I'm drawing in the leaves that go around her ankles. So at this point, there's a lot of lines going on, which I will be simplifying them with my eraser so it'll be easier to see. I'm going to go back and fill in her hair just a little bit more. Nice and slowly swaying hair. Hey, that looks pretty. I'm going to refine her eyes a little bit. It's kind of hard to see them. I want to make sure I get them just right. So like I said before, there's a lot of lines going on and some of them are not needed. So I'm going to go ahead and erase the ones I don't need. Those being the form of the legs that are going to go underneath the skirt and that sort of thing. Also that form, that simple shape I was using to go around the wrist, ankles, and the head for the little leaves. I don't need those anymore. I just need the leaves. Little things like that. So whatever you have in your drawing that seems excessive and you feel like you've got the more finalized look going on, you can erase what you don't need. Then you can go back and re-render what you do want to keep. Just like so. Here we go. She's looking pretty good. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable with how my hula girl is looking. I'm going to go ahead and start outlining with my Sharpie marker. And when it comes to organic shapes, especially flora, leaves, I try not to depend too much. Personally, I try not to depend too much on what I've already drawn. I like to go by feel. I think it helps the image look more lively. Same with hair. Anything with movement. That's just my personal style, my way of working. If you feel better having something more solid and taking your time drawing or outlining, go for that. Do what makes you most comfortable. But I still like to have those pencil lines, try to go with them as much as I can because that saves me a lot of guesswork. I think there's a saying Mark Twain was quoted for: know the rules and then you can break them later. And that's pretty much the truth when it comes to drawing or painting. Once you're familiar with the rules, you can change them around to work in your favor. And I'm sorry about the bug flying in front of the camera, guys, truly. We had a problem with ants not too long ago as well. They were just terrible, crawling all over my desk, and now this little critter has decided he wants to be a part of the video, so I guess we have a bug cameo here. And notice, the flowers that are going around her hips, they probably, that shape on its own would not look like flowers, but bunched all together, there's no denying that, yes, those are flowers that she's wearing. It's just a matter of simplifying an object and, keeping the texture, um, identifiable enough, but not complicating it. That's pretty important. If you spend too much time trying to get the details in on a certain thing, it can just, really weigh a picture down. It can distract from the whole image. So I try not to do that when it comes to things like flowers and leaves and hair. Oh, need to give her some eyebrows. Here we go. That looks pretty good. So now that I'm done outlining this gorgeous little hula lady, I'm just going to erase all the pencil lines. She's looking pretty good. So that's how I like to draw a cute little cartoon hula girl. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this lesson. I also have another video to follow up with this one. It's the same drawing and it's how to color a cute hula girl, so please check it out. Y'all have a great day.